Hi friends, today's lesson is lesson 39. Our learning goal for today says, I can explain how addition and subtraction are related. If you'll notice, that word related is in red. That means it's really important for today. Let's go ahead and all say the word related together. Related. Now when I think about the word related, I think about my family. My family and I live in a house. We live in this blue house. I stay with my family at my house because we are all related, or that means we're in the same family. Now in my blue house, we live together. I live there. My son Miles lives there. You can tell he likes to swim. And our dog Callie lives there. We all live there together because we're a family, or we're related. Now my family and I might move around a little bit. Sometimes we like to go to the park, or we like to go to the mall. But when we come home at night, we all stay together in our house. We like to be there together because we're related, or we're a family. Numbers are the same way, although they don't live in a cute little blue house like I do. They live in a number bond. Numbers move around a lot, but when they're all together in a number bond, that makes them a family, or it makes them related. In this example, 6, 1, and 5 are all in a number bond. That now means they're related. They like to stay in that family together, and they might move around into different number sentences, but at the end of the day, they're all going to be together. Well, how is that going to help us doing our math today? Let's go ahead and look. If we know that 6 is the whole amount and 1 and 5 are the parts, and they're all related, we can write a whole bunch of number sentences, making sure that we use each part of the family. So, I can say 5 plus 1 is equal to 6 because I'm using all of the parts of the number bond or all the pieces of the family that are related. And then I also know that 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. And I know that if I have 6 and I take away 1, it's going to equal 5 because that's using all of the related numbers in the number bond. Which also means I know that 6 minus 5 equals 1. If you'll notice, all of these number sentences have the same numbers in them, they're just moving around. That's because I didn't need to bring in any other new numbers in. I'm just using the numbers that are related, or the ones that live in that number bond. Now, if we know about related numbers, we can write a ton of number sentences. Let's look at this number bond. You'll notice it says 8 is the whole amount and 5 is one of the parts. Uh-oh, we're missing one of the parts. We need to figure it out so we can have our whole family or all the related numbers. So I like to use magic counting sticks. I'm going to go ahead and put up 8 and I'll take away 5. And when I do that, I know that I have 3 left over. So my subtraction number sentence would be 8 minus 5 equals 3. And I can go ahead and fill that into my number bond. Oh good, look, I have my whole related number set in my bond now. That means those numbers are going to stay together. I'm going to go ahead and write another subtraction sentence using all those same numbers. This time I'm going to say 8 minus 3 equals 5. You'll notice I started with the whole amount. I took away a part, and now I know I have 5 left over. I'm only going to use the numbers in my number bond because they're related. Now I've written 2 subtraction sentences. I want to write 2 addition sentences. I know that if I add my parts together, it's going to equal the whole amount. So I can say 5 plus 3 equals 8. I'm still just using the numbers in the number bond. And I can also say 3 plus 5 equals 8. I'm just using the numbers in my number bond. I didn't have to bring in any new numbers. They're the only ones living in that family. Whoa, I told you we could write a ton of number sentences. Let's try it again. Now for this one, I'm going to have you get your dry erase board out. I'm going to have you try to do it with me. You can do it on your dry erase board, or you can do it in your math ALU or in your math journal. So right now, decide which one you're going to do. You either need to have a dry erase board and be all ready to go, or your math journal. You can go ahead and hit pause until you're ready to go. All right, welcome back. Now, I want you to go ahead and draw this number bond where we don't know the whole amount yet, but we do know the parts. Okay, go ahead and press pause until you've done that. Press play again once your number bond is written. Excellent job. Now I need to figure out that missing part of my family or all the related numbers in my bond. So I know if I add the two parts together, 6 plus 1, I'm going to get my whole amount. I'm going to get my magic counting sticks. You might want to draw a picture, or you can just do it in your head if you can count on. Whatever strategy is going to work best for you. I love counting sticks, so that's what I'm going to use. I have 6 counting sticks. I add one more. That means I have 7 altogether. So my first number sentence I could write is 6 plus 1 equals 7. And then I can go ahead and fill in my number bond. Go ahead and press pause while you write that number sentence and then fill in your number bond. Perfect. Now if we know 6 plus 1 equals 7, let's go ahead and write another addition sentence together. I know I can add my parts together. I already did 6 plus 1. Do you know another addition sentence? Go ahead and write it down on your dry erase board or in your journal. I did 1 plus 6 equals 7. Is that what you did? Good job, friends. All right. If I ever go too fast, you can always press play and then, you can always press pause and then just play it again when you're ready to go. All right, now we want to do a subtraction sentence. Subtraction means I'm going to start with the whole amount and I'm going to take away one of the parts. I'm going to go ahead and do 7 minus 6 equals, that's right, it should be the other number in my number bond. I can also check my magic counting sticks. I could start with 7, take away 6, and I should have 1 left over. So my number sentence could be 7 minus 1 equals 6. Or I could have written 7 minus 6 equals 1. If you'll notice, I'm doing all these addition sentences and all these subtraction sentences, but I'm only using the numbers that are in my number bond or my number family. That's because they're all related. All right, you're going to try this one again. So I'm going to have you go ahead and erase your boards or find a clean spot in your math journal. I want you to go ahead and write the number bond that you see where 9 is the whole amount and 2 is one of the parts. I want you to go ahead and try to figure out that missing part by doing a subtraction sentence. Go ahead and press pause until you have the number bond written in as well as your first subtraction sentence. Go for it. Press pause. Okay, so you should have your number bond all filled in at this point, and you're going to check it with my answer, and you want to make sure that you have your first number sentence. So I thought if I had 9, counting 6, and I take away 2, that means I have 7 left over. Maybe you drew a picture, maybe you counted back in your head. Again, I like counting 6. So my subtraction sentence would be 9 minus 2 equals 7. Good job. Let's fill in our number bond. Oh, yay! We have a number bond family again. All those numbers are related. They're filling up their house. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to press pause, and I want you to think about what other number sentences you could write. I want you to try to do one more subtraction one and then 2 addition ones, all going with the same number bond family. They're all related, so you don't have to bring in any new numbers. Just use those. You're going to do one more subtraction and then 2 addition. Go ahead and press pause and then press play again when you have your answers. All right, good. Let's check and see what we have. Did you have 9 minus 7 equals 2? What about 2 plus 7 equals 9? And don't forget, 7 plus 2 equals 9. Good job. If you didn't get this right, I would recommend you talking to a math buddy or even go signing up on the help board to talk with your teacher. Let's keep cruising. Let's do this with a word problem now. This word problem says, Ken had 6 carrots. He ate 2 carrots at lunch, and how many carrots did he have left? I'm going to go ahead and read that one more time for you. Ken had 6 carrots. He ate 2 carrots at lunch. How many carrots did he have left? Well, I know if he had 6 carrots and he ate 2 of them, I'm subtracting. So I'm going to go ahead and write a subtraction sentence to find that other missing part. I'm going to say 6 minus 2 equals, you know I love those counting sticks. I'm going to do 6 minus 2 equals, 4. So my first subtraction sentence would be 6 minus 2 equals 4. I'm going to fill in my number bond. And now If I figured that out, which I did a beautiful job, I know that I can write a whole bunch of number sentences just by figuring out the number bond and then even that first subtraction sentence. I'm going to go ahead and write the rest of the number sentences. Here's another subtraction one. 6 minus 4 equals 2. I'm using all those numbers from my number bond. I'm going to do an addition one. 2 plus 4 equals 6, using all the numbers in my number bond. And then finally, 4 plus 2 equals 6. I'm still just using the numbers in my number bond. They're all related, so they're going to stay together. Now, some of you might be thinking, Miss Arwood, we know even more ways to write number sentences from a number bond. I like to call those the bonus number sentences. Let's look at what those might be. Maybe you were thinking outside of what we've been talking about and you thought, hey, I could start with the whole amount and have that equal to the parts. Did you come up with 6 is equal to 2 plus 4? What about 6 is equal to 4 plus 2? Well, you guys are doing an awesome job. So you can always do 2 subtraction and 2 addition, but there's also 2 bonus addition you can do too if you start with the whole amount. All right, it's your turn. Our learning goal was I can explain how addition and subtraction are related or in the same family and how they stay together. So what I want you to do is either in your math journal or on a dry erase board, you're going to solve this next problem. You're going to take a picture of it and send it on Seesaw to your teacher when you're done. So here we go. It says Sagelin had 7 crayons. She gave some to her sister and now she has 3 crayons. How many did she give to her sister? In your math journal or on a dry erase board, I want you to go ahead and write down that number bond and then figure out for the missing part. Go ahead and press pause until you figure it out, and then you can press play to check your answer with mine. All right, so I did 7 minus 3 equals 4. I started with 7 counting 6 and I took away 3, and that told me that I had 4 left over. Or Sagelin gave her sister 4 crayons. I'm going to fill in my number bond. Now what you're going to do is, using the information we learned, with our number bond having 7 as a whole amount and 3 as a part and 4 as a part, I want you to write as many number sentences as you can using the numbers in our number family. You should try to do another subtraction one and then at least 2 more addition ones, but see what you can do. When you've written as many as you can, go ahead and take a picture and send it on Seesaw, and we'll talk about it later. Good luck, friends.